Well, hello there, boys and girls. Welcome to the Rated M for Immaturity Hour. I'm your happy host, Tim, and I'm the stolen face of today's show. But no, it's been a minute. Hello to everyone watching the VOD because there's
Are
zero
you
of
telling
you.
me that someone stole your face?
You know, if somebody did steal my face, they'd be getting one hell of a steal.
Or are you saying that we stole your face? Because you said the stolen face of this channel.
Oh yeah, like
That's true.
normally it's Sage's face, like or more, Sage or more.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a bit since we've had a co-host centric stream.
It has. It's been a minute, at the very least, possibly two. Boys at R&D are still looking into that.
Known him got Tim on for what's that?
The boys in R&D are still trying to figure this one out.
But we did have him on. I think the last time. Well, we did Ghost of Tsushima not that long ago, and then we had gotten Tim on for a FPC Firebreak once, which we need to get you on that game again too, Tim, because I mean, you didn't, I don't think you played a lot of it, but then there was a huge update, another huge update, and soon to be a third huge update. So a lot of changes and stuff. Also,
a lot of changes.
What's up, Afternoon Tune? How you doing?
Hey, Afternoon Tune.
That was really fast.
Doing Space Marines 2.
Really is the first one in.
That's because Afternoon Tune is a ray of sunshine, just like an afternoon. Now, you're going to have to bear with me, you two, because I have not once played this game past the intro. So I know none of it.
So,
bring back your goddamn honey!
So, well, you got to invite us in at some point.
Yep, so what you're going to do, you're going to hit triangle on your Y. It looks like you have Y there. Because I'm looking at it at a delayed thing.
Okay.
So you're going to hit Y on the edit squad, and you're going to get. So I'm waiting for it to catch up. Let's see. Is it the top one? I think hit that. Is it the key in the corner? There's like 3 icons next to your username.
Yes. So that.
Right, go to that invite menu. There you go. There we go. And then me and Ulysses just enter that code.
And it's as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen.
I hope I can remember where I actually entered the code with. It's been a while since I played this.
You also just go to the same thing that Tim did, and it gives you a bar.
Though I am now just remembering that I can play this with a controller. That's sick.
I guess. Ooh. Now I should be loading into the game.
There we go.
Mine's taking forever.
Well, no worries.
Like, holy Jesus, you'd think it's mining crypto or something with how long this is taking. All right.
Hey, you never know. What company does Space Marines?
Saber Interactive.
Ooh, Saber Interactive could be mining. You never know. If you got just a little bit of crypto mining on each person's machine who's playing this shit, that's at least 1 Ethereum per week. Which at today's market value is like $11. Oh,
$11 a week isn't a great,
no. Fucking hell.
Oh, that's fucking nothing. Did you resend the code because it's not appearing in the chat or anything?
It's so it's WCSC5.
All right. All right, now it's working.
Okay, cool. No, how are you doing afternoon? Welcome in. Get your feet up.
We're gonna
Excellent
see
evening.
if coming out as gay can save the Warhammer verse.
Gay, woke, left, and liberal.
Tim, are you aware of? Have you seen any of the last season of Stranger Things?
You know, I have not, and I'm not sure whether or not I'm dodging a bullet because I've been
You're
waiting.
dodging a bullet.
I'm waiting to see whether or not it's one of those things that I pretend doesn't have a 5th season, you know?
I mean, to me, I like to pretend it only had a 1 season at the beginning.
Yeah, but even just the 4th one until like the last 5 minutes, I was like, okay, you know, they've really kept this shit going, but this could be a decent ending. If they kept it going and they had to keep making more, this was the natural conclusion. And then they just kept making more.
Yeah.
And I really just kind of questioned that decision as somebody who has a soul.
Well, let me tell you that in the 11th hour of the action of the whole thing. Tim, are those soundbite redeems
They
coming
sure
through
are.
that Tune is doing? Awesome. I know we can't hear them in here.
You
but
can't
if
hear
there's-
them,
if
but
they're
they are
playing on the
no
stream,
less real. If even one person hears, "You're doing grand,"
well, this is good.
I wonder if I'm playing as Galadriel again.
I don't even know.
I
like
can't tell what the
But
hell
I'll
it's on.
the elven sorceress.
It's because the dude's name is like Gadriel or something, so I was
Oh.
just Galadriel.
That makes sense.
Well, yeah.
Gadriel.
But no, Tim, in the 11th hour of Stranger Things, they stop the entire show. Like as people are physically and actively in danger of dying, and the only way to beat the big villain is for them to stop everything and fight the entire 18 plus person cast of the show into a room, so that the Will character that everyone has known was gay since the first season, for him to have a 12-minute long coming out scene while people are getting obliterated by monsters outside. They're
I feel
"Hold
like
on,
this was
is more
maybe a
important."
thing that they should have had earlier in the show, instead of just like, "Hey, we haven't had this scene yet."
Or in the epilogue.
Yeah, in the
Sure.
epilogue,
or
or
it
like,
could have been an epilogue moment. That maybe would have been fine. But,
Yeah, that would have been
they
fine.
stopped
It
the
doesn't have
entire
any
show.
actual- Yeah. I want that in Warhammer.
But it's the
I
fact
want
that-
someone to be confronting the entire Tyranid hive mind. There's 6 billion Tyranids all staring at him, and he's like, I'm gay. And the Tyranids are like, well, fuck, we might as well just go home. We can't eat this planet.
it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the Tyranids are morbidly... It's a little known fact that they're morbidly afraid of being perceived as homophobic.
yeah, the Tyranids are politically correct.
You threaten them with an HR violation, they're going down. How's that for a Phantom Menace?
I don't know. It just seems like a weird scene to have when you're thinking about it from a I don't know. As somebody who the topic of not being straight has come up in regards to myself, as a way of beating around the bush excessively, just like George Bush's
Tim,
wife.
if I was getting shot though,
If you were getting shot, no, this would not be it's not something. It's something that would come up on one of those 8-hour road trips they were fucking taking in season 4. They're spending 3 days
watching.
driving through the desert and
I
shit.
stopped watching during season 3 because I just felt like it was being dragged out and started to feel like it was never going to end. And now even that the show is over, there's at least 2 spin-offs being made. So
At least those actors are free. It's gonna be like
Right, that's
the
part of
fucking Kevin,
One of
the
them's
actor who
doing a
plays Kevin from The
podcast
Office, just really
where they
fucking hates
rewatched
being
the
it.
show.
All of the fucking
Oh.
actors do from like Stranger Things.
Huh.
I actually saw a video of it's the redhead that's in Stranger Things. That she's gonna be in like the next Spider-Man movie, and she was saying like the other cast members was like talking about like how weird it's gonna be for it to be over and all this stuff, and she just kind of turned around and was like, "Yeah, you'll be over it tomorrow." I did not give a fuck.
She
Dan,
did
is this
start
your
in like
first,
season 3.
Warhammer thing?
Oh, this is my first Warhammer anything in terms of like not having it as a peripheral thing.
Okay, well, if you ever have any questions about anything that's going on, feel free to ask me.
If I'm
Yeah,
correct,
Ulysses
the
knows the
intro
Warhammer
of this
lore pretty
game,
good.
they fight the swarm by like viral weaponry because of the swarm being this purely biological invasion force. Am I correct in that?
No, mostly we shoot at them with guns. But you are right that they're purely a biological force. They don't even consume like metal or anything.
Oh, that's
When
right.
they
The whole.
win a battle.
Oh, go ahead.
When they win a battle, they'll drag away all the bodies and they'll devour all the plant life, and they will convert it into raw biomass they can use to make new Tyranids with. But things like tanks will just be left behind. It's of no interest for them.
Oh, I'm shooting at our guys.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I played this, so I have no idea what anything does anymore.
And then there's like new content that's been added to this game since we played this that me and Ulysses have not played yet. So even though we've run through the campaign before, Tim, as we go, there will be stuff that we are not familiar with yet, including a like survival horde mode type thing too from later.
Oh, that's how I switch weapons. Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm also just fucking with stuff, trying to figure out like, or my crack. What? That's what I heard.
Or the Emperor's track, I guess.
Consider it done.
Yeah, and this is, I mean,
that I can do.
and then Tim, this is like, again, I don't know the extent of your familiarity with Warhammer, but like, this is just like one of like a million fucking aliens that are being fought at all times across the like universe.
Yeah,
there's like a whole shitload of different factions that are all constantly beating the fuck out of each other.
it's like the humanity's
Hellraiser
expansion.
elves.
They're beset on all sides by various aliens and the inhabitants of various worlds that have been conquered.
Some of them are like
and,
demonic, and some of them are just like just more alien. But there's also just like, I don't know. Like the humans are also evil, and it's like to the point of self-parody. Like there's just not a good faction within this whole fiction.
What, the Space Marines? Or the
Yeah, the humans are all evil, but
Yeah.
then all the
Yeah,
aliens are
Empire
just like
itself
also
is
evil.
Yeah, and the various aliens all fight each other too. It's
Yeah,
just
like no,
endless
there's
super
not
war.
a good guy.
There's no real such thing as like alliances for any long period of time between the different factions.
There's a Space Marine 1 that got a remaster for, I think, Xbox and PC not too long ago here now, but so far has yet to release on the PlayStation. But hey, if that ever gets brought over to everything, and, I guess I don't know if it would also have to crossplay it, but ideally it would, and maybe we could play that as well at some point.
Yeah, because I played one. It's actually quite good. It's got some issues, but overall I like it.
You know, if it's got multiplayer in the same way that this does?
I don't think it did at the time because it came out
Gotcha.
forever. So,
If
but
it
if they made like a
gets it, it would be
remake or
an
a
update.
remaster, I wouldn't be shocked if it put it in.
The eighth never miss.
So the humans, yeah, the humans definitely seem like they like comically evil in this shit. Like,
They
Oh,
are.
yeah, we're-
It's
yeah.
mustache twirling, like ridiculous.
It's literally
Yeah.
described as the worst regime in history.
yeah, they make this guy serve 100 years for like talking mild shit about the Emperor, and then only once he's died and brought back to life can he be not in that fucking black site team or whatever.
This must be where the swarm originated.
Oh yeah, the Death
Chainsaw
Watch.
knife. Yeah, the Death
Yeah.
Watch.
Living organic.
And those are the ones
Yeah,
that are
'cause
just
they're,
like sent to die.
Their ships, these pods, all of
Yeah, until they have repented, then
We shot them
they
down
are
numbers
not
today,
free.
brother.
And repentance usually means death.
And they also don't actually understand like how any of the technology works on like a scientific level. They worship all their technology as like religious equipment.
Yeah,
Well,
next time
except
we're on
for-
the ship, I can point
yeah.
out. Next time we're on the ship, I can point out the dudes in the red robes. Those are like tech priests, and they literally like worship computers to perform the ritual of activation. It means you turn it on, but from their perspective, it's like a whole litany of prayers and stuff you have to do.
Yeah, it's like they had gone from like logic to superstition with enough time after humanity reached such technological heights to the point where it's less about understanding and more about
It's like being
feeling and belief.
yeah.
That's
It's it's like being in like a space version of the Dark Ages in some ways.
Yeah, like
Pretty much, yeah.
space,
It's
medieval, fucking.
partially the reason it's called Roman being,
Yeah.
or at least the ultimate.
And they-
Roman
but-
being. Not everybody is.
Right. And then, like, Sam, some of the aliens are, like, elves and orcs. And, you know, like, straight up fantasy species and stuff.
Are the elves
Warhammer
also just
is
getting their
like
asses
JoJo.
kicked all the time?
What?
Are the elves also getting their
Say again?
asses kicked all the time in this? Because that seems to be what they're really
Yes.
good at in
There's some
most things.
crazy elves. There's also,
There
like,
are the
Hellraiser
Hellraiser
Cenobite
elves.
elves.
Yeah, yeah, and then there's the other sort of like preachy, prancy, annoying elf.
You know, honestly, Lord of the Rings is one of the only things to actually make elves look, like, elegant and, like, cool in that way, instead of just being kind of preachy and douchey.
Yeah,
Most
I feel like
fantasy
it's
elves are pretty
Yeah.
unlikable.
Yeah.
'cause usually most fantasy treats elves as being one of two things: either they're beautiful, therefore secretly evil, or they're the writer's pet. And when they're the writer's
Right.
pet, that's always when they're at their most annoying.
Yeah, that's definitely accurate.
I think the best elves, if like elves have the whole immortality thing, the best ones are the ones that are so far removed from the urgency of shit. They're like the fucking Ents. Because yeah, like an Ent lives for hundreds of, or like thousands of years. An elf is living for potentially that level of time. And at that time scale, just shit, the urgency to act is never there. The passion of the shorter lived races are never there. And I think some of the
Well,
best
and-
fantasy goes into that kind of observation of the dilation of life expectancy and the dilation of other things as well.
Hive mind makes them act as one. Tread carefully.
Well, so much fantasy is also taking so straight from Lord of the Rings, right? And Lord of the Rings specifically is a story in which magic, like Lord of the Rings for that universe is the story of magic leaving the world, right? Like that the elves are leaving the like corporeal realm to go and live with the gods after their like, you know, 10 to 12,000 year history of like horrifying bloodshed that takes place pre-Lord of the Rings. So like Tolkien had this elaborate sort of backstory and very like, I mean like in the Silmarillion, the sort of history of Middle Earth overall is kind of referred to as like the great loss, or the long, like, loss basically for the elves, because the world was made with them in mind, and then all the dark kind of evil of Morgoth like infects the world and corrupts it, and then
Made it more goth.
it's he made
This
it Morgoth.
like
But-
Morgoth introduces like discord into the song that is sang by the
yes,
the through Eru, but like by the
If you break these boxes, sometimes you get ammo. Just the
Okay.
wooden boxes.
all of
Those
them.
don't break.
But isn't
Yeah,
the
but-
elven afterlife like a physical place on the world?
well, they actually, it's a place that they do go to, but it is not some place you can go to like physically in the world. It
Isn't there
might
like another
have
dimension or something? Like they fuck off on a boat through a magic portal?
kind of, so originally it's a physical place, and the sort of the place that the gods are is a physical location on the world. But after the destruction of the trees, and then later the Numenorians attempting to sail to that island, they basically restructure reality so that it is more like another dimension or another plane of existence. Like in the Lord of the Rings universe, the Earth actually, or the world is actually flat until that happens, and they literally shape it to be a round like planet.
And they
after
remove
that.
the sun and the moon from the planet as well, like cast them into the sky so they can never be reached again.
Oh, you're well. So okay. So, but what the way it works is there's two lamps that are literally the light of the world, and those get destroyed by Morgoth in near the beginning of the universe. And then there's the two trees are grown, which replaces them. Morgoth and Mongolians destroyed those trees, and then the sun and moon are created as the replacements. So they're put into the sky like right away when they're made, but they're like the sort of they're the replacements for these trees, and then earlier the lamps, functionally for the world.
Okay.
But my whole point just being that Tolkien has this very elaborate backstory, and there's this very kind of big purpose as to why the elves are sort of the least important like race within the story of Lord of the Rings, and like have the least sort of on the ground presence. And it's
'Cause they're,
very,
like,
it's
already
very
on
well
their way out.
justified. Yeah. I mean, it's
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
destroying Sauron and the One Ring is going to kind of kill the rest of the magic that is keeping their realms alive. So, like, they're preparing to leave as they see, the ring and all this big battle coming to an end. They're like, all right, well, we literally have to leave the corporeal world. But a lot of fantasy just copies Lord of the Rings, and yet does not have some sort of elaborate backstory as to, oh, this is why this is this way. They just leave the elves as sort of a weird side presence that isn't all that helpful. But there's no
Yeah, you
like
see that with-
justifying it, or like this is why they're like this, or
Yeah, you see that with like every race in fantasy. Like when was the last time the orcs were everything other than like, barbaric evil bad guys? You see the overcorrection sometimes, where sometimes now the elves are the good guys. I mean, the elves are the bad guys, and the orcs are the good guys. But the actual culture
Right,
doesn't shift that
yeah.
much.
yeah, they don't explore the actual culture of those in like sufficiently in my mind to a lot of stuff. Like
See-
a lot of them they feel like, oh, they're the same country, or like same place almost, or like they always have sort of the same generalized accents and stuff.
Munitions secured.
D&D, specifically like the Forgotten Realm setting, oddly enough has evil elves done in a really decent way. In this one, they're evil elves not because they were just inherently evil, but because some of them made a bargain with this like evil god. And this other god was really fucking pissed off about it. And they did some sacrilegious shit, just some of the elves. But as gods are wont to do, they brand this entire faction of elves with the inability to be in sunlight, and then they plunge their cities down into the deepest, darkest places of the earth. And so, rather fucking hating,
They're kind of vampires.
they're kind of vampires.
Right here.
And they have this matriarchal thing because the god that allows them to like actually worship and receive blessings in return is the spider god. And the spider god has a whole Black Widow thing on the society, which is kill your parents because they will kill you if you get too powerful. Everyone is just backstabbing and conniving because they worship an evil god.
God damn it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Sage, you would really like this. What is it? I'm trying to think of Lolth. Lolth the spider goddess.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's got some posters. Of
I mean,
already.
I'm not digging the name, I'll tell you that much.
But in this one, like
Digging the spider, not digging the name.
evil elves for this
Yeah, you
purpose,
are
like
digging the spider.
they are long-lived, but they're not typically long-lived because they spend so much time trying to kill each other that it just that is why everyone's like, yeah, they're not really that long-lived, right? And like, no, they live hundreds of years if they don't get murdered.
Incidentally, Tim,
I think.
so you know how when you...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was just going to bring up a little thing, gameplay lore cohesion thing.
Yeah.
Whenever you execute an enemy, the others around it will be stunned. And when that happens, there's actually a lore reason for that, which is that they're all linked to a hive mind, and when any major member of that hive mind dies, it creates like a ripple effect of pain across the entire like hive.
And I was going to bring up how me and Ulysses, I think, came up with our own pretty fun take on elves a while back.
Oh, that's right. I do kind of remember
identical. This. Yeah, well, they're all male. There's not that many of them. They're all identical to each other, and they're all basically gay, and they're all kind of only interested in each other because, like, they find themselves so attractive because they all look the same. But they're also sort of like gay. Like, if you could imagine them as these like gay, very like within their own community, like all male group of elves, but also like very nice frat bro personality types. So like drinking and kegs and like party and then they're also not super wise because to them, because they never have to die, that means, well, there's always time to go read shit later. And they're all about sort of infinite party.
Huh.
Funnily enough, I didn't know this at the time, but that is actually a bit of the background on the Warhammer elves.
Oh,
like,
really?
It's different in its own way. Yeah, because basically there used to be one group of Warhammer elves like forever ago. Why can't I use this ammo box? And they became so like comically sort of what's the word? Fuck, I can't think of the word. You
homogenous?
Know, decadent. That's it.
Decadent.
That was the word. And they became so comically decadent that their society like degraded into like one where nobody really gave a fuck about living the whole time and then like doing anything about the future until they basically had like an insane orgy of violence and sex shit that like created an evil chaos god, which then like ate most of their species.
That is pretty nuts.
That is insane. Bleak cool.
Warhammer lore is crazy.
Warhammer lore is pretty nuts. Like, once you start to get familiar with it, Tim, you'll realize how much you see it in everything. Well, I mean, for example, Warcraft got its name, right?
Oh yeah, the orcs in Warcraft are based on the orcs from this, which they are just
I mean,
this.
I think Warhammer fantasy orcs. but it is Warhammer.
Because
anyway.
there's
But,
Warhammer
Tim, have you ever-
regular fantasy.
Do these aliens remind you of anything from a Blizzard game?
These ones do, yeah, the Zerg from StarCraft.
Yeah, the Zerg were originally just going to be Tyranids because Blizzard wanted a license to basically have Space Marines versus Tyranids in their strategy game. But that license fell through, and then Blizzard was like, fuck it. We're just going to do it anyway and just call them something else.
I mean, even the name Warcraft is like itself is a play on Warhammer, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Seems like it.
I only say the orcs in Warcraft are based on that because they are alien invaders from another world that use a fusion of magic and alien technology to overwhelm them, like the worlds that they invade. And they only invade other worlds because somebody came across the orcs and was like, what if I release a mutagenic agent amongst these orcs and turn them into super weapons? Yeah, that's great. And then what if I give them access to portal technology and then just set them off on other worlds?
Fuck.
And so they are to a point like Lord of the Rings orcs. But the fact that they're invading alien worlds does remind me a little bit, just a tiny bit, of Warhammer orcs. That and the
Warhammer
comical
orcs are
nature
also
with
sort
which they just mill through. Actually, I suppose that is all fantasy orcs.
That is all fantasy orcs, yeah. But Warhammer orcs are also sort of living legends. At least in the 40k. I don't know that much about the Warhammer fantasy.
You also see how like small Tim these other humans are. Like, cause another thing I don't know if you know, but like the Ultramarines are like genetic mutants.
Yeah, if you take their armor off, they look like weird elephant men. They have human faces, but their bodies are all fucking weird looking.
That's interesting. So, like, they
Because
genetically
were
engineer humans to
originally-
combat aliens?
pretty much, yeah. And the Empire has like a weird thing with mutants where like a lot of mutants are considered like evil and like a perversion of the blessed genome and so are put to death. But mutants who are useful to the Empire are actually elevated to this religious status of, you know, being like the Space Marines being the Emperor's angels and stuff like that.
So if it's
There's another group of mutants called the Navigators. They're
Thank you, my lord.
the ones who are in charge of making sure that ships can actually fly safely in space, and they're basically navigators from Dune, but slightly less fucked up looking.
like they're
And
capable of
they're
prescience or some
weird-looking
shit?
mutants with- Yeah, pretty much. Even though they're weird-looking mutants, everybody has to worship them, despite the Empire's usual stance on mutants.
Because it's just a matter of whether it's
This is more like it.
There's a flamethrower over there. I don't know if we need it. Hold on.
you like to try the flamethrower.
Flamethrower, you say?
It is right here.
Melta
Oh, yes,
rifle.
the Melta rifle. That shit's pretty awesome.
I think there's a specific part coming up where we might need it. I might be wrong, but we'll find out.
That's the one that's like a flamethrower shotgun, though, right? Or
Oh, is
no?
it? I thought that was the heavy multi-melta, sorry. I don't know.
I think you're right. Well, Tim, there's one that's both like a flamethrower and a shotgun at the same time.
It's
That's what America was made for. Oh, speaking of America, how's about that? We invaded and
You
took
wanna invade
over
us, like?
Venezuela overnight. The U.S. is now indefinitely in control
did.
of Venezuela.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a surprisingly precise operation.
Yeah.
We'll see how things work out in the long term, though.
Probably like every other situation has worked out in the long term.
I mean, we took over Iraq in, what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
And then 20 years later, look how that turned out.
Only good.
Yeah.
We have full control of Iraq. They're our friends.
Well, we might be going
Just
into
like our
Iran soon.
great relationship with Afghanistan.
Yeah. Lots of trust in the area
I
that we
mean,
filled.
we gave them all those nice gifts. I mean, just think about all the helicopters.
Like millions and
Humvees
millions
and
of
stuff like
dollars in
that.
weaponry.
That was just purely from the goodness of our heart. Yeah.
We trained all those people in how to do fucking warfare and then left them all those guns and then said, all right, now please don't take over this country that we're leaving.
Awaiting orders to attack. Major, do you read?
This is Lieutenant Titus. Identify yourself.
Captain
It's the cycle of things. I mean, if you were kind of watching
They must be
the last several years,
We are coming.
you could see the intelligence agencies kind of pushing at this Venezuela thing.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
it definitely
it's really
was
just
something
purely
that
a strategic thing. I mean, all of our major enemies are at their weakest right now. They've been in a long time, so it's time to start picking them off while we can. Venezuela, Cuba,
Facilities just
Iran.
beyond those gates. There must be a console that opens them.
Get ready for
especially
lots of
like
action.
with I mean, shit, they set it out rather clearly that they aim for US oil companies to take control of Venezuelan infrastructure. At least
Right.
the energy
Yeah, no,
infrastructure.
they straight up just said that, yeah.
Well, don't forget, they also said that Venezuelan oil is America's property because it was set up. The oil refining stuff was set up by American companies. That's all it takes.
We might as well write a line around the map like China does. It just feel like this was always American.
Yeah, I mean, we're not really doing anything different than they do.
No.
But, you know, it's the games nations play.
Well, I mean, right now we're moving towards just a multipolar, like, world state again, in just a way that the Earth just hasn't had in a while. And so it's just, I mean, those sort of, like, clamping down on hemispheres is something that, like, every major country is kind of concerned at right now, at least if they're paying attention to the way things are going, and they are.
Yeah, it's not
So
exactly
it'll be interesting to see if we are just going to do, like, straight-up colonialism type shit. Because, I mean, we are talking about doing all kinds of stuff in other places still.
well, and, like the
I mean,
EU
there's a
doesn't
chance,
exactly
I
seem
bet, you know?
hell bent on stopping or opposing at least China's policy of foreign investment as
That's
a
because
way
they
of
can't.
well, like
Well,
They,
Europe is utterly dependent on outside influence now, so it's either going to be us or the Chinese. It can't be the Russians.
Yeah, like Europe.
Russians fuck up everything.
Yeah, like Europe isn't even on like the power scale anymore of what like countries being important in geopolitics. Like they kind of don't matter anymore.
well, like China has this like the foreign investment that they do is not supposed to be accepted in things for like critical defense infrastructure or medical infrastructure. It's supposed to be things for like building a new road or a library or something like that, not just like hey, we're funding all of this critical research into like AI. That's like banned in America, and America's
Zargana.
okay
We have made
at
contact
curbing it,
with Captain
but
Ivan.
like
That's
there's
because we can afford our own militaries.
that is very
Exactly.
true.
We
That-
are.
Europe can't fund its own like governments or militaries anymore. They genuinely have no choice but to just kind of let China do whatever they want.
I mean, they kind of couldn't even do that very well during the Cold War for a lot of it. So
That's also true.
Better.
NATO
Like,
was always
you
a
look at
US
the-
led thing.
Yeah. Like you look at the European countries right now that like make up the EU, and the best kind of defender that they would have if it came to any sort of actual military conflict with Germany, and they don't have like that well put together a military. That's like the best Europe has, I think.
I thought you a dead man.
Well, Europe's
But
Europe's
Germany
doing
also
good.
made themselves completely dependent on Russia oil.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Russia is, I mean, Germany isn't terrible in terms of like tech or training, but it just doesn't have the infrastructure, and especially since they gave a lot of their infrastructure away, either to the Russians or when they went, oh no, what if we have a tsunami on our nuclear power plants in landlocked Europe, just like there was in Fukushima?
Yeah.
That's why they signed that shit away to the Russians. They're like, well, we could have a tsunami here.
Honor your emperor.
And now, of course, they're like, oh shit, actually, we need nuclear power.
And also,
After
we
they-
shouldn't
they
be
dismantle
entirely
all their
dependent on the
plants.
Russians.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
lot of
seriously.
people like to talk shit about nuclear power. Relatively, like, again, if we don't have
Then let us remove
The controls must be nearby.
Nuclear
reactors
power
in,
is actually one of the best types of energy, and it's some
yeah.
of the most proficient. You just
people
have
are
to
always
take
talking
care
about
of it
clean
and-
energy, and it's like we have it.
Yeah.
We have it. We
Yeah.
have solar, wind,
Also-
but we also have nuclear, which has very little
Problem
byproduct.
is, the problem is taking care of that byproduct that there is.
It's an
safely,
investment.
which is all the big disasters that have happened because they were not taking care of the fucking
Yeah,
the actual like structure,
like the fucking
byproduct
atolls
well,
and
or-
stuff that were like concrete vats just stationed just below sea level in fucking islands, and then 50, 60 years that concrete starts breaking down, and well, by gosh, by golly, we now have a bunch of those radioactive isotopes floating around the ocean. Oh, silly old.
What about radioactive tongue replacement isopods?
There you go.
Radioactive
Well,
isopods.
radioactive shrimp from. You don't know about tongue replacement isopods?
Hung replace. Oh no. Okay, those I do under those. God, that would be a special brand of hell.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, we have radioactive shrimp from Walmart.
yeah.
You got a whole song.
Yeah, that's a good song.
And
Yeah,
my
it's actually a pretty
father-in-law
well-produced
has a
song.
Geiger counter, and he went to the Walmart and did find a nothing. But it was funny that he was walking around with a fucking Geiger
Sure.
counter.
It wasn't every
Walmart
week.
for a certain-
Oh no, that's the thing.
But those
There's
ones
so
really
many Walmarts that it can be in like 5% of Walmarts, and that's hundreds of stores.
Well, there's a specific supplier in like off the coast of like fucking Indonesia, where a whole bunch of stores were getting their shrimp from the same place, and it turned out that area was had like a serious like cesium issue, radioactive cesium, and so all these bags of shrimp in American grocery stores were radioactive.
The gate is opening. Squad, move your raggedy backsides
That's-
through that gate now.
That's,
move to link up with the Cadians.
you know, the world is really funny
Lieutenant.
because all it takes is just, well, one fishing supplier to have radioactive shrimp at Walmart.
Yes.
Radioactive shrimp from Walmart. Radioactive shrimp from Walmart.
Incidentally, Tim, Warhammer was created by British people, and there are little ways you can tell. Like the design of the tanks was very clearly inspired by like actual British designs from like the 1920s.
Huh. I was gonna say by the way they talk, but that's actually a really good point.
That too. But also, I mean, all the orcs in Warhammer 40k are like soccer hooligans.
Yeah, they all have like, like Cockney like hood accents.
They have like checkerboard patterns on all their stuff because, again, it's associated with soccer.
Well, and there's even an entire like spin-off franchise of football games that take place within the Warhammer universe called like Blood Bowl or something like that. That's like that's its own entire like side series of games.
A little redecorating will speed things up, my lord.
I like that these fucking alien, like, weird ass fucking war humans are just making little puns about, well, this shit. Flesh fortresses.
Well, yeah. Well, Space Marines are kind of weird in that a lot of them are like, they were like regular human children who were taken at a very young age, pumped full of cybernetics and weird mutations, and turned into fighting machines who spend their whole lives doing this. So it's
And
just
then when
kind
they
of,
die, their brains get put in giant robots to serve as a different fighting machine.
yeah, you'll meet those later. I don't know how much I like the chainsaw.
It really is fun. Like, the actual Warhammer is awesome, but damn, that chainsaw sword is pretty satisfying. Well then, shit, Tim, I'm sure I don't have to point out to you how much of a fucking ripoff of Warhammer Gears of War is.
Oh,
God,
yeah.
I mean, I don't even dislike Gears of War necessarily. I'm not particularly into it either, but I don't like hate it. But it is like a lot of the fun color and like kind of craziness of Warhammer is kind of stripped out, and it's kind of just the part where it's a military shooter or like a military thing.
It's mid 2000s Xbox Warhammer.
Yeah. I mean, even a game like this, though it doesn't have the cover part as much, plays similarly to that type of third-person shooter. But I think because of the texture of its world, I think this is so much better, so much more interesting. Plus, say Gears of War, I don't know how much cachet that game IP has nowadays. Now that Xbox has kind of given up having exclusives.
Yeah.
Earlier in 2025. Gears of War released on the PS5, like sort of make of the original one. Didn't sell that well on PS. They even priced it at only like $40. It wasn't even like a full price game, and it didn't do that well. I have a feeling it's gonna like a bunch of people will play it when it is like free for like having a PlayStation Plus membership some month. I bet that'll happen, and that'll be when it has like a spike of activity. But I think that might. I don't think that's gonna happen until then.
I also suspect that now that Warhammer is like more popular than it's ever been, a lot of people are probably going to look at Gears, who looked at it, thinking it was a more unique thing back in the day, and go, we already got Warhammer.
Yeah,
which is how it should be.
They're like, yeah, I mean, honestly.
I mean,
Warhammer
if you get
is
popular
so
off of
with,
like emulating
video
an aesthetic,
games until recently.
that's true. And that's also I feel like it's an undertapped market.
At least in video games. I mean, it's certainly, there's a fuck ton of video games now, and quite a few of them are actually kind of good. But this was definitely like the biggest like hit.
Yeah, they've been making Warhammer games forever. But like this I feel like launched Warhammer into being a mainstream IP.
Yeah.
In a way that
100%.
it definitely never was before this.
Now you have like fuckers like Henry Cavill, who has always been a kind of a geek. But
Henry Cavill's a huge fucking nerd.
he's going to be doing the cinematic shit for this universe, and has somebody who is
he's trying to do that adaptation.
More power to
That'll be
him.
interesting.
I hope it works out for him because
yeah.
I think that's true. I think Warhammer's going to be a very hard property to do in live action and yet looking right. I also think Henry Cavill. I hope it works out for him because like he keeps just having shit not work out with these big franchise things.
Because it always
feel
comes
bad
down
for
to
him,
like
honestly.
you get hired for something that you're really passionate about, and then it sucks for you because you have to sell your soul a little bit to have it happen. Like being really passionate about something like Superman, and then it's like, well, now that there's somebody who's really passionate about the vision for Superman, he doesn't square into that. And then when you do have like people who are like actively opposed to it, they're like, yeah, we'll just fucking recast you.
Yeah.
Well, for the Witcher show, I mean that shit was crazy. How that went, like the fact that he had to argue that like every day with them to try and be like, this is straight so far from the books, and then the other people were just like, well, fuck the books, we're better than them.
Yeah, especially because a lot of shit that worked in the books, like a reason I wanted to watch the show was because the books are so fucking metal. The way they describe the way he's
And-
cutting into people like he's dancing ballet.
And
And
I
that's-
thought there was an action scene in the first season that kind of did that, but that I could feel like even within the first season, I feel like they only pulled it off once, and it was like the first episode or two, and then they never really had another.
It
scene
was
that
the
good.
one where he
And,
gets
I didn't watch the entire show. He gets ambushed in like the street.
the Butcher of
Just
Blaviken is
regular
when
guys.
like in Blaviken where he's like he gets ambushed and he cuts up all the fucking mercenaries. That one is done
Yeah.
like a really good human Witcher fight scene. And
Then they kind of stopped doing anything that interesting looking after that. And I didn't watch the whole show. I think I stopped after season 2 because it seemed like it was just so
once
weird
that
and-
like season 2 was so bad that I did stop at that point. Because just
and
fucking
season
what was the
4 is
point?
where Liam Hemsworth is now like taken over, right? That's the most recent one. I didn't even watch 3, even though it had Cavill in it still, because I knew I didn't care because I knew they announced him leaving like I think after 2, and then it's
Yeah.
like if you announce like your lead leaving your show an entire season before he leaves, like that's I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. That seems like your damage control to have to announce it that far ahead of time.
Yeah. And that goes to show that something in season 3 was so god awful that Henry Cavill was like, I would rather quit than be just fine with this. And considering how bad season 2 was compared to season 1, because they were trying even harder to make it their own thing, which is like
Right.
the hallmark method of tanking an IP, or at least what control over the IP you have. Because like you just have to try to like go, okay, well, yeah, this is this is fucking Warhammer, but what if I could make Warhammer the way I envision it? It's like, well, no,
Right.
make your fucking Gears of War then.
Well, and yeah, right,
Or your
exactly.
StarCraft.
Or yeah, make your StarCraft.
Well, and that's the thing, right? With any of these sorts of adaptations, you look at the Lord of the Rings movies, and when they talk to Peter Jackson in interviews, there's an interview specifically of him saying this, but he said this is not like my interpretation of Lord of the Rings. I'm trying to make this film for Tolkien. Now, I think Tolkien is he would be like Alan Moore, and just never liked adaptation stuff. But the person making the adaptation, I think, should always have that sort of mindset going in. Like, yeah, maybe you do reinterpret things sometimes to make it work for the medium you're putting it into. But there's a big difference between that and sort of the like just active disdain for the property that they had to have had on The Witcher. Lord Rings of Power, to bring it full circle with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, and like
like,
with Trigun, they have
there's
like the mangaka
lack
of that.
respect for the source material. Well, then why are you adapting it?
Exactly. Yeah, like when you're adapting something, you want like the mangaka or the creator to be just like in the fucking studio, just like looking at your work and being like, man, this is fucking great. Or if they're dead, you want the general legacy that is had for that person to not feel squandered or disrespected in that work. And when you take somebody who's like very much still alive, and then you get the permission to work on their shit, and then you do that with it. The guy who made the books was just like, he thought the season 1 was okay, but he's like, it's wrong. It's not the books. It's its own thing. And the games were their own thing, but this is also distinctly its own thing, and it is not The Witcher.
Right.
Well, you guys. Jesus. Alright, protect me while I spin the spinny wheel.
I got you.
I don't know why this is how they power their shit, but
Doesn't
Kinetic
seem like a
generator
good
seems
idea.
like there's a better way to do it. But I guess when you have a bunch of giant muscle men.
My lord, we cannot use the guns until we raise those petals. My lord,
okay, I think that's it.
gargoyles are heading for the antenna.
They need to destroy the targeting system.
Gotta fight them gargoyles.
Now, there's a franchise that I feel like deserves some sort of second chance or like attempt at doing like a new version or
Gargoyles?
continuation. Hell yeah, man! Actually,
Yeah,
I
when was the last
believe
time there was a
Jordan.
Gargoyle.
I mean, there's been comic books since it was on TV, but I mean, it had three. It only had 3 seasons at the tail end of the '90s. That was it. But I believe at one point they turned it down. They didn't want to do it. But Jordan Peele, I think, pitched a Gargoyles movie to Disney at one point.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah, I would have been like all for just the man fucking do it. And then like that was coming off of right off of the success of Get Out too.
Interesting.
Which some of his movies since then have been, I would say, never been quite as good as that. Even though I think they've still been like enjoyable, but he's never quite been able to do another thing on that level. And so I feel like that's the time he would have had like the most sort of like pull with movie studios to try and like do something like that. I feel like if he tried now, he'd get even more of a like than he did then.
Do you think it's one of those things where you are seen as so good past a certain point that you have less people willing to tell you or like when something is bad?
Yeah,
Or
George Lucas.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened with Star Wars prequels.
or like maybe it's that the risks of failure become less, because when you fail at the beginning of your career, that's the end of your career. But if you fail
I mean,
like
what about
after
Nolan?
7 successful
The
movies,
Odyssey movie.
yeah.
You've seen the stills for that, right, Tim?
God, no.
Oh
Christopher
man,
Nolan's Odyssey movie.
that looks
Ooh.
like it's gonna be bad.
No, I saw the fucking trailer for it.
Okay. Didn't that look
Which is
terrible?
what all the stills are from too. It's basically all the same stuff.
That
Remember, this is supposed to be low mythology, high historical accuracy. That's
dude,
how they
Odyssey
pitch
is
Okay.
Odyssey is pure mythology. It was modern mythology when it was written.
Well, yes, but also it is very rooted in a very particular time and culture, and sort of there's a history that pairs with that mythology. And so I would be, if Christopher Nolan says, because of his history as a director, says, I want to do something that takes, that really feels rooted in the history of Greece, which is what he's saying, then in theory, that's a very exciting prospect, because that's what kind of he's known for, is doing things that maybe could be very heightened and doing them in a grounded way, like Batman, which was good. But when you actually look at what the movie looks like, it looks like the most generic, like imperial, partially futuristic Star Wars armor that like comes across as super generic and unlike anything any Greece ever had on.
Yeah, it just
So-
looks like generic dark fantasy.
Yeah, it
Like something out of Diablo or some shit.
like one of the things about the Odyssey is that like it does very much so read a little bit like a fever dream, because there are parts of it that are just like guys on a boat, but then they start talking about Scylla and Charybdis and you're
Lot of
just
that.
like, what the fuck? It's a very normal world that this mythological shit is happening in to a bunch of guys who just want to get home. And some of it is almost too apart. It kind of almost feels like allegory for like the horrors of war.
Oh, certainly there's, yeah. I mean, it's effectively the basis of hero's journey concept. Thank you. Oh.
Oh, we gotta get the gargoyles off that thing. Oh, fucking hell, there's a zoanthrope. Zoanthropes, Tim, are, they're sort of like portable antennas for the hive mind. So they power up all the enemies around you. And when you kill one, it like actually fucks up the hive mind a lot more.
Like all those ones that just drop dead when you killed the one thing.
That's
Yep.
right. Because they kind of have an explanation for the Phantom Menace effect that actually makes sense.
The Phantom Menace effect?
But unlike Phantom Menace, yeah, you know how all the robots drop dead at the end?
Oh, yeah.
But
Which
even
has
in
been
Warhammer,
repeated in other things that are good.
Yes.
Yes.
But even in Warhammer, that's not a total thing. Like, if you kill most of the Tyranids, there will still be a few left who will run off and hide in the woods and basically just create a new hive fleet eventually.
Well, isn't that lovely?
Pretty much
Yeah.
impossible to stand out. But I was gonna say, even the first Avengers did do that too. Now, people
did.
didn't care because the rest of the movie was good, and so it felt like a very minor kind of nitpick to complain about. But it is the same basic concept.
Well, that's one way to get rid of a hive shift. Just turn it
At
into a
least there's
colorful
also
art
the
display.
matter that in Avengers, like, the superheroes and the human military would have cleaned up the Chitauri anyway at some point.
That's
But
also
what the fuck
true.
were the Gungans gonna do against the droid army?
Right, that was the only way to solve that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goddamn Jar Jar Binks.
So stupid.
You are doing grand.
Glad we have that in the.
It's earned its
I've been
keep.
seeing a lot of memes of people taking the end of the credits thing from Marvel movies and going, Nicholas Maduro will return in Avengers Doomsday.
Chris Hemsworth as Nicholas Maduro.
That's a disaster waiting to happen, man. That fucking movie.
It's going to be a matter of time until Avengers have to clear out some country for oil. When they do, Chris Hemsworth will be there.
That's why they're going after Latveria.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh god, they already did it.
Captain Akaran has new orders for you.
Very well. Where is Ilian?
The enemy tried to smother us. We got separated. By the time
Tim,
we'd slain the attackers,
You watched any interesting movies, read anything, played any games? What are you working on currently?
I should have been
So,
with you.
I only wish
I
it
did
could
see
be
something
that
that I did not exactly have the most
Tried Ilian for 2 decades.
reason to see, but I did see it. Five Nights at Freddy's 2,
There are creatures more
which
Oh God!
holy
My
shit.
condolences.
Yeah, that was a fucking doozy.
gone, Sergeant.
The first one was
Oh,
on
here you go.
like every critic I knew's like stuff.
Here you go.
Yeah,
Just stick your head in one of these.
yeah. Come on down. Oh, Tim, come
In
on down
there.
here.
Come on down.
When the Ultramarines die, they put their brains in these things, and then they live the next like 12,000 years of their life in that.
Oh, isn't that
Yeah,
great?
Assuming they don't get blown up.
Right. And then these little guys in the robes are the sort of like
The
technicians
Technomancers.
that are the only ones that actually
Tech creep.
understand how like stuff works.
Yes. Yeah, if you need to, like, screw in a light bulb, you gotta call one of them. It's, like, literally a crime doing so.
I did see Marty Supreme recently, though, to balance that out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, that's
And-
at least a Safety movie.
Yeah, and it, I had not seen, well, I had not seen much of Safdie. I hadn't seen nothing of him, but it was an interesting fucking movie. That's for damn
the
sure.
Safdie brothers also directed Uncut Gems, which was really good. That's that one where Adam Sandler is like a Jewish like diamond broker, and he's like super sleazy, and it's like the one good Adam Sandler movie in 30 years.
Which means I should probably see it so I can see one good Adam Sandler movie before he dies.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it is a good crime film. They also directed a Good Time with Robert Pattinson, which I think is Robert Pattinson's best movie. Even though I liked his Batman, and I've seen a couple things that he's been good in. Good Time is the movie that was the thing, because I was like, I bias against Twilight. He was doing indie movies that I maybe weren't on my radar for a long time, and then so I was a little like hesitant about like, is he actually like, is he good, or I don't know, is that Twilight sort of image it's too in my mind for me to like him? But then I saw Good Time and I was like, oh no, this is like he's an amazing actor. And then in hindsight, when you go back and you kind of look at the Twilight movie, you kind of see him like sabotaging them on purpose, like in the films themselves.
Because he really did not like them, and that's something he's rather consistent about in every post-Twilight interview, which is as soon as he's no longer under contract, he's like, oh my fucking god, don't even talk.
Oh, it didn't even take that long, dude. Like, I've seen people like cut snippets of the like audio commentary track for like the DVD of the first movie, and he is talking shit about how stupid the whole story of it is, just in that.
It's
that shit is so ever popular.
It's crazy.
See, Marty Supreme, Timothy Chalamet did an excellent performance as a real piece of shit. And I had the good fortune of seeing the movie at the Alamo Drafthouse, where they were doing this little fucking pre-show documentary on the real life Marty Supreme. And
I like that theater better than like any other theater.
Oh yeah, like the pre-show shit is always so fucking interesting. And yeah, getting to see this fucking old guy talk about how he used to fucking pool shark these fucking people at table tennis, and how he like built enthusiasm for a dying sport. And then the movie does pretty good to that history of it, going into like how you have to have fun with it if you want the audience to have fun with it. And if you take a very stoic approach to it, the audience will be equally reactive and unenthused. And it's something that a lot of people in the industry didn't take. And
Chalamet's...
You requested my presence.
Yeah.
How are you acclimating to your new status?
I have no complaint.
Timothy Chalamet is also one of those actors where I was a little unsure of when I really first started noticing him pop up in things, but I've seen him do a few pretty damn impressive roles now.
Going from Willy Wonka to Muad'Dib to fucking Marty Supreme, pool sharking piece of shit, who's like...
And he was very good as Bob Dylan.
He was. He's got exceptional range.
Really good Bob Dylan.
Like, a lot of the movies that he's in are dramatically different from one another, or at least different enough that you're at least pleasantly surprised when he continues to do well in yet a different category. It's a little annoying. I kind of really want him to be just fucking awful in something, but usually he's just in something that is awful.
Yeah, I mean, he's as an actor, I've seen him like talk about like he is ambitious as an actor. Like he is like determined to have his name go down as like one of the greats, and I think you can tell that he's like, he's like bitten on that like a wild animal, and has done a pretty damn good job.
Which also tells you how
his agent must be
Doomsday
great.
is about to be, because it's going to go up against Dune 3.
Yeah, no, Dune, the third Dune, and they are coming out on the same day, and I think Dune fucking crush it.
Oh, I can see that happening.
Your gear selection seems incomplete.
Because Dune is really kind of done for like a big budget sci-fi film to a mainstream audience, kind of what Lord of the Rings did as a fantasy.
My thanks, Magos.
Like Dune was a best, not just like a great movie for sci-fi nerds. Like that achieved a level of box office success. And the third one, which will be the last one from this director, at least, will feel like a big finale. And I feel like with how well the second part did, there's no way that this third part is going to do.
This guy looks particularly badass.
Great. Oh, that's the guy that was that basically like brought you up and is like watching over you, like for like the crime that Titus committed.
You won't know who it is, but he's actually from the first game.
Duty calls.
Oh, so I definitely
That's right.
won't know who it is.
No, you won't. But I bring that up for a reason. It'll come up later.
And then, so Tim, you probably got a message there about operations. So
Mhm.
that is like an additional sort of other 3-player multiplayer mode where we're playing as like a different. That's where we like can kind of design our like suits and stuff and change our loadouts and have
Specific
designed
character
equipment.
class, yeah.
But they still have some narrative significance as like they're other teams doing things at the same time as the main story. Like this is a pincer attack sort of mission. So
Okay.
we're doing this, and then later we'll play a level in the other mode that is what the other half of like this event is.
Interesting.
And there's
Interesting.
quite a few of those.
That's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
there's. I think I feel like the whole operations mode is basically made up of stuff like that.
Yeah. And then there's the
And then there's the
mode,
horde
I was gonna say, yeah.
Yeah, which we have not tried at all.
No.
No.
Archmagos, for the last time, we must get
It'll
Very
probably be
much.
hard.
It will probably be hard because that first level was like nothing. This game can get crazy.
Archmagos, it is imperative you evacuate immediately.
Tim, did you know that Alex Jones seems to crib some of his insane rants from Warhammer lore?
This will not take long.
No.
Yeah, if you go
Second unit
some of them,
will
he's reciting Warhammer lore. Some of those crazy things he says is Warhammer
He's
lore.
talking about like tech priests from Mars that want to turn you into a robot and shit like that.
The Emperor protects.
Like, I'm serious.
I-
Like,
It's like word for
Makes me wonder if like
he's a weird guy.
actually insane.
does he write his own lunacy or does he have it written for him? And if so,
That's a great question. Yeah.
does the guy writing for him play a lot of Warhammer and then just lose his shit just fucking laughing as Alex Jones live on air talks about Warhammer lore like actual conspiracy theories? Because
That wouldn't surprise me.
Hey, we got No Name in the chat.
hey, No Name,
Hell yeah.
how's it
Is up?
going?
We gotta play Firebreak with No Name again soon.
Oh yeah.
We do. I know
But
that.
yeah.
Carve through
Of course
Tyranids
there's
and
spider ladies
through the
right in there.
hiss.
you to the Promethean facility.
Hey, Spider Lady, is that you in this flesh cauldron?
You are making good time. We are
Sorry,
going to
flesh
let-
flower.
I'm leaving. I'm going over here.
Are there
But
spider
no,
ladies over there? Is that why?
What was
Oh, god damn it.
We are being hunted.
Trying to get away from that
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, cool, we're being
We
hunted.
got a licker in here. Yeah, time to get licked.
Got a predator.
This is the work of
Got a predator situation.
Sergeant Gadriel to
Yeah.
resilient. Two of our brothers have fallen in battle.
At least it's not the predator.
Is there any word on that update? Not yet. We have not heard anything about the next Firebreak update. It's January though, for sure. So I mean, I guess it could be any time of the month, but they made it sound like it would be mid-January in the press release, and that is actually really cool. And I think will, as a group, get a lot of mileage out of because they're adding a roguelike mode to the game, where things are gonna like dynamically change and be like more weird and different in a single mission. And I think that it's gonna be incorporating like the whole concept of the building shifts into it. Which you know what I want to see. Oh yeah, what difficulty is this set on, Tim?
That I'm not 100% sure.
I know we talked about doing it on hard mode, kind of see how the difficulty was, but
Is there a
we can
way that I
always
would check that?
It's probably a settings thing. Okay, I have it. It's darked out. You have control of it though. I don't think either me or you listen change it, but right now it does say it's on normal.
Oh, we can always crank that shit up because we haven't wiped at all or like failed to a checkpoint.
Well,
That's
these
true.
are early missions, though. We haven't fought any of the really hard enemies.
That is true.
It does get absolutely nuts, but I still I think it'd be great to try it.
I'm 100% up for it.
Then we shall take it.
I didn't get through all the Dark
It's-
Souls games to fucking puss out at
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you can
what
just
game are
change
we
it from the
playing?
boss
Space
menu
Marines
if you're
2? There we
basically
go.
technical.
Hey, melter rifle again.
Nice. But yeah, you can just hit start and go into the settings. It'll be like the first thing in the settings. Unless
Yeah.
you can't change it
It
during
says,
the mission. I guess let me know.
choose it on the battle barge. Oh, well that was one too many circles.
Okay, so we have to. That's okay. So we'll do this mission on normal. Switch, bump it up for the next one. Now, how are you doing tonight, No Name? How is it going? What you up to? God damn it! I accidentally throw grenades in games a lot. I feel like
That's what they're
Just
good for.
kind of all the time.
Accidentally being used.
Secured.
Well, you know, accidental discharge is a very common problem there, Sage.
accidental. This. Yeah, I think the term you're looking for is nocturnal emissions.
Let us get to work. Moving on. I have to reload.
Better than solar emissions.
Where are we supposed to go again?
Got my hair and beard dyed earlier tonight, so mostly just trying not to lean up against anything. Oh, he dyed like the whole beard.
Nice. And a hell of a
color did
core
you have?
exercise if you're trying not to touch
Yeah,
anything.
what color did we do?
Is it like neon purple?
If it's neon anything, we're going to a rave.
Is it rainbow colored?
Yeah, did you do like all the colors at once? I'm curious now. Dark purple. Okay, you were close. Not neon.
Dark
Hey,
purple.
damn.
Pretty good.
Well, that's fun.
This place reeks of death. This before the attack comes. Challenge us. Stay clear of its way.
This is unacceptable. Reiterate. Research data at risk. How dare he address you thus?
Me and No Name have, I think, only one more session of Silent Hill 2 left.
Nice.
Running through that pieces as their first Silent Hill experience,
Ooh. And how,
which I
how-
think if you're gonna,
How have you been liking
I feel
that,
like
No
2
Name?
is like a great place to. Yeah.
this fucking 2 is a great place to start. Especially now that there's the fucking remake of it. Which-
And then Tim, did you play that?
I have not, but I've heard only glowing things about it. I've seen a little bit of gameplay for it.
And I know you played the original too, so it's not like
Yes.
it's not like you don't know what happens or anything like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Please don't spoil me on the 20-year-old game.
Well, I'll avoid spoiling No Name as well. But
Oh yeah. Thank you.
you should both play the remake for sure. But Silent Hill F was really good as well.
Nice.
That was just full brand new game. All right, it's Predator asshole up here.
Predator asshole.
Right over there.
So that's why they gave us the snipers, because it was
I
a.
thought we were just fighting ranged guys at the moment.
This will serve me well.
Trust me, the guy we're gonna fight is not a sniper.
Ah. And then the team that did the 2 remake is working on a 1 remake that's been officially announced. Plus Silent Hill Townfall, which is the third of the initial games they announced. So we're getting a lot of Silent Hill. After not getting any Silent Hill for a very long time, we're getting a lot of Silent Hill.
That hill is getting quite loud.
None of it's
been
going to be as
quite
good as,
fun, but also
Silent Hill
not.
Ascension.
The horrors of it get so dark.
Shut
Oh,
up.
100%. That arguably
Yeah.
that is the scariest thing
Yeah.
about Silent Hill is the horrors which cause you to introspect, that are the ones that are very relatable or humanistic in nature. And that's ultimately one of the
in the
greatest
Silent
things
Hill-
about it, is that it's psychological in that it
got no name
gets you
with
into your
your-
fucking head.
Oh yeah. It's great psychological. I love Resident Evil. But Resident Evil is fun and campy and blah zombie. It's not I would never talk
Serious.
about great quality of the storytelling in Resident Evil. And I honestly enjoyed this. I enjoyed the story of Resident Evil in its own ridiculous kind of nonsense way, but Silent Hill is really, I think, honest to God, good, great storytelling. It kind of the sort of grossness of it, it reminded me of the actual Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, in kind of the just kind of dark Baroque sort of morose poetry of it, where it is still poetic,
Yeah. And not everything that you see is necessarily allegory. Not everything has meaning to it.
In the second game, it kind of is.
Yes.
In the first one, no, not everything. But 2 is kind of the entire game does.
Yes, that is very true. It's most everything in 2, I would say, compared to the other ones, has some sort of significance to it. That even on subsequent playthroughs, you can still find shit that's with context of what you come to find out. More just fucking
It's a very
horrifying.
interesting game to replay.
And it's
Oh, and I'll
especially
say
interesting
F
to
is
see
like
what
that.
other people find about it, because what you notice on the first playthrough is vastly different.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, we're going.
It is
Yeah, no, absolutely. F was like that. F I think did a good job of
Watch your backs.
kind of having so much sort of symbolism, and
This is it.
it took a very Silent Hill 2 approach to that part of it. And then in some ways it took more of a Silent Hill 1 approach to certain aspects of it. I don't want to say much, because there's that's a game that's very easily spoilable as well.
Yeah.
but I highly recommend him picking up both the remake and F. As someone who I know liked the old ones back in the day, it's
I'm
like,
gonna for sure have
holy
a
shit, I
great
can't
time with
believe
that.
they're good again. You know.
Yeah,
Also,
because
Tim,
like
if you want more Warhammer games, I would highly recommend picking up Rogue Trader for you.
Rogue Trader.
Yeah, it's a game that is about the Warhammer stuff that isn't Space Marines. You are a sort of a space noble pirate combo, and you float around on a ship managing your weird empire. It's an RPG kind of thing, so kind of like the Divinity games and whatnot, but it's also got a lot of story element to it.
Huh.
It's on my list
That
to
does
play,
sound
but I
interesting.
haven't yet. But the bits I've seen definitely look like a Tim game.
Grabbing equipment.
Where is it?
I don't know. If I was able to get out
Here,
of
there you are.
Banner Saga, which is almost entirely just one of those management games, that does sound like something that could be up my alley.
And that
Yeah,
Banner Saga is
like-
another one 3 of us really liked.
Yeah, Rogue Trader is like, oh shit.
Yeah,
It's,
it's punching me in the face.
Rogue Trader is about half like a sort of Larian kind of RPG thing where you get your squad of dudes and you fight bad guys, and then the other half is like an empire management thing where you fly around your ship and you fight space battles and you have planets build things and stuff.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to check that out. Rogue Trader.
Also, a game that we've been talking about playing on the Tuesday show with at some point as like a 4-player game. There's a Warhammer game called Get Dem Shoot Us, where you just play as orcs, and it's like a side-scrolling twin-stick shooter, like bullet hell game. And it's got like a super cartoony art style.
One moment. Special tactics ready.
Is this thing over here doing Displacer Beast level shit? Like throwing out fake versions of itself?
Positive. No, it just teleports. It just it's very fast, and it can turn invisible whenever it wants. There you go.
Nice.
God, they gotta send more than just the one predator after us.
It's funny because like the actual Predator, I feel like in all those movies gets as far as it does because a lot of the time it's cheating. But if you were to have like a Predator try and hunt some Ultramarines, I feel like the Predator would be dead very quickly.
I think the Predator would be the one hunted in
I
that
suspect
case.
you have already dealt with it.
Like I could see like it's like hordes of xenomorphs giving Ultramarines troubles, but like I mean maybe if it was like a whole army of Predators, maybe that would be tougher
Sure, they
than
had
I'm
their
thinking.
ships
But
and all that.
There is a capable foe. A welcome challenge.
But then if you go by the movie The Predator, it seems like they're not that good at flying most days.
Perhaps they
Yeah, the Predator indicates that they're aliens that did not possess the ability to fly shit.
Oh, dude, Tim, do you know about that movie? You know what that movie's
Yeah,
about?
the Predator.
Which one that is?
Yeah, do you know?
The Predator?
It was the 28. It was released in 2018, and it came out before. There's been this sort of kind of relaunch of the Predator brand that started with Prey, and then Killer of Killers, which was animated, and now this new one, Badlands. And that sort of trilogy is all after the one we're talking about, because that's all been really good and sort of has kind of been like this reboot, soft.
You know,
It's a
I might not have seen
continuation,
that.
but reboot of quality for sure of the franchise. Okay, so the 2018 one you haven't seen. Okay,
man.
well then you go right ahead, Ulysses.
So the plot is that the Predator is coming to Earth to steal autism.
They're coming to Earth to
Basically,
steal autism.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
autism is the future of human evolution, and the predator needs it in order to
Expect enemy presence.
make its species more powerful.
Well, not only that, there's a good guy. There's like a good predator
Yeah, there's a
and
good
a
guy
worse predator.
and there's a bad guy
way that like
predator,
the
and
even. Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to tell because they both just murder people on sight. But yeah, one of them's come here to save humanity
but
from climate change.
Well, and the one that's wants autism is part of like a clan of predators that like super juice themselves with like DNA from other species, and autism is like the ultimate upgrade. So it's like trying to get that so it can like give itself autism, which will make it like super invincible.
And the movie shows this by having one of the main characters be this little autistic kid who, by virtue purely of being autistic, magically knows how alien technology works and can fly spaceships.
Oh
use their
shit,
weapons
yeah.
and all this
Autism
shit.
means
So
I can
autism is
fly
basically-
And
spaceships.
that's
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it just meant being alienated from my peers
And
throughout my
not only
adolescence.
I have had more pleasant conversations.
but
Yeah.
the kid starts figuring all this out because Dad sends him some leftover like predator armor in like the U.S. Postal
in the
Service.
mail.
Ah,
Yeah,
predator
Despite the
armor
fact
through
he's
the...
like some sort of soldier who's supposed to be sending this to the military, but I guess they just don't
Okay.
check his mail.
Instead of sending this alien tech to the military, I'm sending it to you, son. You've got autism because I have it too. So use it wisely.
Well, he didn't
Well,
send
he
a
does it,
message with
actually.
it.
Oh, God, why
Yeah,
would you do...
It just shows up one day, and the kid's like, "Oh, it's an alien helmet. I know how this works."
Yeah, he
Oh, I
pulls it
You're
learned
out.
right,
the
He
don't
starts
language
include-
transferring.
and
a message with the
He
alien
figures out
tech?
the location of their home
We
planet.
have arrived at Nozick's
Yeah.
facility.
You fucking kidding
Run
me?
distraction efforts as long as you can.
No, that's what the movie's about. And like the end,
It's
like,
hilarious.
fight is the bad guy predator with like a syringe, like trying to suck like the autism out of the kid.
It's so funny. It's absurd. It is so unbelievable. Well, then we haven't even mentioned how much Tylenol does the Predator take throughout the movie. Right, if it only knew.
Yeah.
If it only knew. But no, the father, who's played by shit, I can't remember
Alright,
that
somebody's
actor's
got
name now,
Brandon
but
Wolfong. Damn, this is on you. I think you picked up the thing.
Ah,
yep, that's so yeah, you're in charge of keeping this away from us.
is this Plague Tales?
These are
But,
rippers. They are the little guys that actually do the breaking down of biomaterial into something the Tyrants can use. That's why you'll notice there are no bodies in this hallway.
Yeah,
Oh.
because it's repurposed all of it.
And
But
this
no,
is a
but also
servitor. No. This is a servitor. This is why they didn't consume him, because he's mostly machine at this point.
Ah.
yeah. But no, but the other part of the Predator film is that the kid having the helmet, that's like the big plot, but the A plot is the dad that like got it and sent it to him, and him being paired up with like 12 like mentally ill like mercenaries. One's got like Tourette's. One's got like one's like super suicidal and is like constantly trying to kill himself. Like they're like the seven like in Korea on Double Toasted said they're like the seven dwarves of mental illnesses. Like they play these characters. They're like these bizarre characters. Like yeah, this is all a
Here if you
Predator
need it.
film.
For somehow.
Genius.
Yeah.
We need instructions.
Ah, overheated.
Yeah, it does that.
All right, so we have to go over on that side of the room.
They're really
Forward
making this
into
easy for us.
Because yeah,
There's
before
an
I
ammo
read
right
your turn.
there if you need it. You probably need it at this point.
I definitely do.
Yeah, if you're looking for like a bad movie night movie to laugh at, that movie is like it's an amazing comedy.
The
Like it
Predator.
truly
Yeah, we
is
had
an
a
incredible comedy.
Great time watching that.
Like to be honest, it got to the point that where I feel like it was like I feel like Mel Brooks snuck in there and made a like Mel Brooks presents the Predator like parody film. Because at a certain point, it's like the comedy is not like only so much of it is on accident. Like the movie is a comedy on purpose at a certain point, and that's part of what was so weird about it. And like in a way, it's kind of effective at being that. Like when Double Toasted did like their movie roast of it, they had to split it up over like 2 entire weeks, or one show a week, but like two entire like 3-hour podcasts. They like split talking about this movie up over because there was so much to like make fun of and just talk about with how weird it is.
Move to the door.
To the door. Okay.
Ah,
Hold the door.
oh shit.
Fuck.
Ah. Hold the door. Hold the door.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh shit.
No time to rest.
I got Tim up just in time.
I got the door open.
All right, there you go. All right,
Uh,
I go over here.
that was a close one.
What about you, Ulysses? What have you been playing? Just on your own time.
Mostly,
Recently. Or most
Elden
recently.
Ring. I've been playing that. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You did say that.
Yeah, I mean-
How are you in Elden
Yeah.
Ring so far?
The Emperor protects.
It's going pretty good. Got me some decent gear finally. I've been running around beating up the easy bosses.
That is
So
the best
far,
way
it
to
hasn't
do it.
been too
Nice.
terrible.
There's just so much. If it had crossplay,
It's a
I'd even
huge
say
game,
we should
yeah.
play some.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that it doesn't. Hell, I bet we didn't
And
do a
because
decent
me and
play,
Tim also have not. What was that?
Oh, I was gonna say. I mean, I bet we could do a pretty decent 3-man Night Rain squad or whatever.
That's true.
That's honestly true.
So busy with
That's actually true.
Gather
Oh, does that have? Does that one have crossplay?
dissolved and
I don't think so.
collected
I was
later.
just saying if it did.
feeding tubes lowered from orbit.
You would hope it does. I mean, it's
But-
built
but
off of
me
a
and-
lot of
me and
Elden
Tim
Ring
have not
stuff.
played,
Exterminate these horrors for better.
but Elden Ring doesn't have crossplay, so
True, but
No, it does not.
uh,
I mean they
I've
improve
dreamed
on
Game doesn't,
the
it's a little hard. Yeah.
yeah. I mean maybe they improved on it by adding that, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't looked, so. Yeah. But you
There
guys
is
still
an
got the
interesting
DLC to
thing.
do, too.
Yeah, we haven't done that. We still I haven't bought it yet. I have to get it at some point. Tim could do those streams. But there was another interesting thing though. Bloober Team, who did the Silent Hill 2 remake, has a countdown. For it's like February 15th, I think, is when it'll be up for some sort of announcement, right? And they've officially announced the Silent Hill 1 remake. They're working on that. But this feels like I mean, it could just be that they're going to show the first thing for it off. But I think more likely it's going to be their other project that they've talked about, which is going to be a Nintendo exclusive. Which is kind of weird for horror, right? That doesn't necessarily like seem it would immediately go together. But there was a really cool sort of survival horror game that was exclusive to the GameCube back in the day called Eternal Darkness. And I wonder if Nintendo's getting in on that remake game, because horror remakes have been so successful, and a lot of them have been really genuinely very good. And I wouldn't be surprised if they get the Silent Hill 2 remake team, put them on Eternal Darkness, and that's like one true like Nintendo survival horror maybe.
This makes me think of World of Darkness, which is a very different thing.
Damn, 2 bullets to the head is all that thing took.
Oh, I shot it like a
Apparently.
bunch.
Well, I think it was already staggered.
Okay.
2 bullets from you,
I
though.
was like,
You
damn.
just 2-shot at that boss. What the fuck?
Bitch.
The Pyre Blaster. Make good use of it. More scurrying vermin.
There's only flamethrowers next
And
to the
then,
things that need flaming.
And stuff. Right.
This is true.
I think this is the right way.
Probably.
Guys. Yeah, no, obviously, like, stuff comes up sometimes. We might not be able to do it every week in a row, but I think
Gathering themselves.
starting this week, we can try and do this and get together each Saturday. At least as often as it works out.
I am 100% down for slaying Tyranids. By the Emperor.
There's another enemy type later. I won't tell you what it is, but
Yeah, like another different action. That kind of.
okay. Forgot how nuts this was.
Because we got one of these
I'm going
fuckers
down for
floating
sure.
around over here.
Yep. I think I'm down. I guess not quite. Oh, no, I am.
Tim, I got you. I'm now down.
I think that's all of us.
Oh, no, I got down too. Or I got back up.
Oh, nice.
Tim, did you get me back up? Or
I got you back
like,
up.
for whatever
Did you
reason,
have
I
one of
didn't see. Oh, okay. I just
Did you
didn't
have
see it
one
on
of
my
those relics
camera.
on you, or okay?
It sounds like Tim got me.
Cool.
Ah,
What are we supposed to be doing right now besides dying?
you just give a.
Nope.
Ooh.
Damn. Well, shit.
I'm not even sure what happened just there.
Yeah, I have no idea what just happened.
Well, we're about to
Locate
locate the
the
transmitter. That's what we're supposed to do.
The Pyre Blaster. Make
That
good
could be
use
fucking
of it.
anywhere.
More scurrying vermin.
Maybe it's the other way.
Yeah, let's try the other path.
Do not get too close.
Ooh. I mean,
Oh, wait,
there's
no,
a...
this is the dead end.
We did need the med pack though.
Like I said, it's definitely the other way then.
Yep. Maybe we have to kill the Zoan probe. I don't know.
I that's what's. I mean, that's I think the biggest problem we're having.
Yeah.
Restocking.
Got it.
Nice. He's right there, just stabbing some guy with his own face.
Stabbing him with this face. Ugh, there we go.
Mission secured.
Alright, so then we probably have to go this way.
A moment, brothers.
The door ain't gonna work. Oh wait.
Now
is
we
this
can
dead
open
end?
this door because an arbitrary
we
threshold
had
has
to
been met.
clear it out first.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Decimus will leave us behind.
By the Primarch, we have set a mighty
Yeah,
pyre this day.
help if someone needs it.
Tyranid bioscience down 90% and falling. Swarm annihilation confirmed.
Excellent work. Move to extract. There might have been fair.
There's no rendezvous points. There's only assemble points. I like that about this game. No, for real though. Just the brother, a moment when you're using a health pack. So fucking dramatic.
Eh.
Death from above.
Oh yeah,
That's the
everything
thing
you
is-
guys do.
Done, brother.
Well, that's what's funny about me and Ulysses getting into it only in the year that we published our first book, because we neither of us were familiar with Warhammer until very recently, and then once we start playing it, both of us are like, hold on,
Here we
this
go.
feels like a lot like how we write some stuff, like where like it is intentionally comedic because it is itself so self-serious. Like that is kind of a layer of comedy that I think Warhammer is always looking at. It's like it's supposed to be
Yeah,
funny
we
because of how
kind of
just
accidentally,
dramatic and
we
just
accidentally
absurd.
pulled a Warhammer.
And more than anyone, Tim, you know exactly what that means.
I do. Which is...
Speaking of, it's time for plugging the book. If anybody in the chat
Yeah.
or watching this later would like to read a book about dinosaurs that is somewhat reminiscent of Warhammer, but also very much its own thing, well, it's your lucky day because there is now a book called The Red Age that is exactly that.
It's really for anyone that has ever been disappointed in, like, a fucking Jurassic World movie or, in general, pop culture just not doing a lot with dinosaurs as a thing. Always giving them, like, the same basic, like, tropes and stuff.
Yeah, so we thought, what if we gave dinosaurs guns and politics and still kept them as much dinosaur-y as possible. They're not just like Star Trek people with like reptile masks on. Okay. Alright.
Yeah, they're still, like, dinosaurs in their body types and shit.
Okay.
I've been consumed by the rats!
Oh god. I think we gotta get out of this area. This way. Oh good, they left.
Whew.
They are regathering themselves.
Oh god damn it. That's the problem with Tyranids, there's always more of them.
Man, I just cannot help but think... I tried playing Plague Tales 2 recently. Oh my god, I just could not get through it because it... Maybe the first game was played when I didn't have appropriate context for what a good game was, or maybe it was a genuine dip in quality. Plague Tale 2 just was not... something I enjoyed.
What was wrong with Plague Tale 2?
See... There is this one thing that I am very critical of any video game for, and it is walking simulators. Specifically because there are games that are things that do need that. Like, they do need, like, that is the game. That is how it is designed. But this is a stealth game, right?
There's a way
That
to do it
frequently
by
the stealth mechanic itself is glitched or broken, to the point where there is sometimes no discernible way of grappling with stealth necessary decisions, because you just have to stronghold or like brute force your way through it because the stealth doesn't work for a given area. And then there's like
Did they like break the game post-launch? Because when I played it, I didn't have really any of that issue.
See, mine was more in the introductory area, like within the first like 3 or 4 hours. I got about like 5 or 6 hours in, but I don't know. The plot didn't seem as innovative as the first games did. Like it was kind of easy to see where the direction of the game was going from an earlier point, to the point where like as things kept going, I was like, all right, well, I think I was really fucking right, and now there's very little surprise coming at me. And so by it was the time around like the 8 or 9 hour mark, I was like, okay, I think I've played enough of it. I think I've gotten the Plague Tale 2 experience.
I see, it's interesting because I didn't think the first game was as great as everybody was saying, like, to begin with. And so I thought the second game, to me, it was like, yeah, it's about as good as the first. Like, it kind of felt like, I was like, yeah, it's another one.
And that's why I was like, I felt like my memory of it was flawed. Because I was remembering Plague Tale 1 and genuinely excited to play Plague Tale 2 because I thought it was continuing a great game series. When in actuality, I think I played it long enough ago that it just... I don't know. God, even the, like... my wife sat down to me... Lex sat down next to me and was like, this is the game you're playing? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, how are you liking it? I'm like, it's good. So she's like, okay. Sat there for a good 15 minutes, and it was on a part I kept dying, and like around the 10th time Amicia got eaten by rats and did the same like death thing, Lex was like, all right, just give me a heads up when you're gonna play this, I'll do something else. It's one of those things that is hard for somebody to just kind of sit down and like tune into, which isn't a sign of a good game by any means, but there are some games where like Dispatch and people just walking past the TV would be kind of caught up in the story. Or even Elden Ring, where they're caught up in like the insanely cool visual shit that you're given. And in this one, they're caught up by the rats. And the rats get old kind of fast.
You know, speaking of, like an attention-grabbing Souls game, I just finished DLC for Lies of P earlier today.
You were just telling me about how you were halfway through
it. Yeah, I finished the whole thing basically
not very
today.
long.
No, it wasn't, and I felt like it was a little easier than the main game, but it's possible I was just over-leveled, though. I felt like I was supposed to take longer to beat it than I did. But I just, man, Ulysses, you gotta play that one. Like, as someone that enjoys Dark Souls, playing Elden Ring. Like, I genuinely think Lies of P is, like, the best that someone other than From Software... Because there's been a lot of Souls-likes that try and capture that style and try and kind of copy it. But I honestly think Lies of P is, just in terms of pure quality, the best non-From Software Souls-like that is out there.
Interesting.
I would argue it takes the playstyle and like evolves it in a way that like you're not necessarily like they're not trying to compete with the story or the aesthetic of Dark Souls games, but they are a little bit.
It does do some interesting things that set it apart too. So it's not a carbon copy either. But the two big things is one, it tells a more straightforward narrative, so you can kind of get the Souls game experience, but also a little bit more of a focused like story too, which is I think well done. And the Souls game that it is most actually aping, it's actually more Bloodborne than it is Dark Souls.
I would say it's very like the attacks feel very visceral.
Full-blown Eldritch horror. Yeah, that's right.
Tyranids will swarm
Yeah.
the crest.
So this is one of the more fun little bits of
Work of the Tyranids. I hope they survived.
War.
Do not admit such a thought. Too many of us have fallen to them.
Of these games.
We are at war.
Oh,
Death waits for
Good
all
on.
of us.
Got there.
These
Well,
were
this is a
ton of
fun new
in
mechanic.
the first game. Unfortunately, you don't get to keep these.
Well, shucks.
You do get to use them in the operations, though. You can pick a character class that has a jetpack as like.
Yeah, the assault class is entirely based around jetpack.
That's the one I feel like I've stuck to like mostly.
On wings of fire!
Jump back engaged.
Trying to remember what was. There we go.
There. Yeah. Now we're back at it. Yeah, the character classes in the operation modes are pretty fun. I've mostly been doing the shield guy.
I am kind of surprised by how dynamic the combat style is in this.
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, I think
They do a lot
first-
with it, honestly.
Yeah. I think the first one of these Space Marine games actually was very influential in the development of Doom 2016.
Which makes sense,
Really?
especially because the original Doom is Warhammer inspired to begin with.
Like, if you notice the design of the plasma rifle in these games, there's a certain similarity to the plasma rifle in Doom. And that is definitely because the people who made Doom were very nerdy guys who played a lot of tabletop stuff.
And wasn't their original like Doom it was like way more complicated than they ended up making, right?
They
It,
originally
it had
wanted
like
it-
a bunch of narrative stuff.
Yeah, they originally wanted it to be like an RPG, basically, where you'd have like multiple characters and all of their own story reasons for being there. When they made Quake, shortly afterward, what they described sounded more like they wanted to make Morrowind than a first-person shooter, but they didn't have the tech or the ability to do that in the 90s. So it ended up being a shooter.
Kind
Which,
of crazy to think like an alternate universe Doom would have been like one of the first the first real like RPG or hard video. If things were just
Yeah,
slightly
that was
different.
entirely possible. Yeah, if id had a little bit more of the stuff that Bethesda was working with early on.
That would be nuts. And then maybe Doom franchise with disappointing like infinite releases and bad open world design.
Yeah, no thanks. We already had Doom 3 if we want appointment.
Yeah, Doom 3 is such a weird game.
It just wasn't a good idea.
Doom is not horror. Doom is action with like horror aspects to it.
Yeah.
And it is action.
Yeah,
It's
it could be
like,
horror themed,
got that
but,
bloody, fucking demonic gore bath kind of effect. But not necessarily in the original one. The original
But
one
here's the
was
thing
rather
that's
bloody,
scary. Yeah, I mean, they've always been bloody games for their time, but within the context of like what's going on in Doom, you are playing as the thing that is scary to the demons. Like you are the demon boogeyman. And so to try and take that and the game that sort of thing, and then go like, but what if it was like a scary, slow-paced horror game? It's like, okay, well, you missed the point. That's not what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doom was.
You want that,
always
go
been
for
a
Dead
power
Space,
thing,
fuck.
if you ask it that way. Yeah, Dead
And
Space.
yeah,
is a good
I mean,
game.
and hell, even Dead 2 kind of. Yeah, that's the great blend.
That almost feels
halfway
like a
point. And
spiritual
even Dead Space 2 does become. Yeah. Oh, in many ways. Well, originally, Space, the original Dead Space project, I think, started as System Shock 3, and then when Resident Evil 4 came out, they were like, "Oh shit, this completely changes what we can do. Let's like kind of pull from Resident Evil 4," and then you kind of ended up with what Dead Space actually ended up being.
Oh, I love just pile driving alien one after another.
And isn't that genuinely just like super satisfying?
It is.
Yeah, there were like a couple of levels in the first game that were almost just this, and it was great. Especially you got the big old hammer.
Yeah, we don't have the actual Warhammer in this, but when we play the there, you can try them out. Or maybe, actually, you know what? I think there's a level of the story that does let you.
You unlock them later. Pretty much every weapon in the game you will eventually get access to.
We have no time. Let us blow this damn wall.
Also, Tim, if you find this stuff to be cool, there are some. And Ulysses is the one who showed them to me, but there is some very cool. I guess now, sort of going forward, official. Used to be unofficial, like fan animation stuff. That is really
there's
fucking
some really good ones.
cool. As like just to watch as like a 10-minute like animated video.
We are wasting time. Get those
Yeah, look up Astartes at some point. Like, just type that in. It should pull it up right away. It's this fan animation for weird, crazy Warhammer shit.
Shit, I'll find it and I'll post it in our Discord and ping you.
Stargaze.
Yeah, there is going to be a second one now that because Astartes, like
Startes.
God or goddess or whatever it is. Astart, Astartes.
Okay.
No.
Oh.
Shit is fucking badass.
One charge down.
And I do think if we can get, I think if we can get our book in like the faces of enough Warhammer fans, I think we'll be millionaires.
Eh. Yeah, because we are very similar to Warhammer, and not intentionally.
Not intentionally, but
No, it's literally
more like a happy
be
accident.
more coincidental.
Because it's not exactly
The way
a
that,
bad
like,
property.
You have, like, this confluence of technology and religion and all that.
Yeah, the sci-fi technology, religion stuff.
And
The self-serious, like it's comedic how serious the characters are taking.
oh my god, yeah. Like, just, God, without any definition, the fucking pilot. Just seeing some of the stuff that they're doing in Warhammer, I was immediately drawn back to that absolute fucking character. And
You enjoyed him a lot, huh?
I loved him. And specifically just... Huh. Oh, I guess that Magus should have left. Unless
There's
it's
a reason for all this.
Sweep the area.
Was that the one that we were supposed to be helping?
Notice how there are symbols painted in blood.
Yeah.
No, it's a different guy. Oh wait, it is the
Oh,
one.
okay. Oh, now I don't.
My bad.
I thought it was. Maybe I was wrong.
All the symbols painted on the Arab. But now, Tim,
I'm fine.
we're very happy that you enjoyed the book as much as you did. I think this is the first time you and Ulysses have been able to hear each other's voices since you finished reading it.
Oh,
I think you're right.
that is very true.
Hey, yeah. Well, no, actually, I think there was. No, never mind. It was after you read half of it that we all hung
Yep.
out that one time.
Yeah,
And
we
then
all
I
had
gave
sit
my
down.
predictions and was roughly half right.
Mission is over. Whoever did this is long gone.
Yeah, I think was based on what you are kind of where your headspace is. You're like half right and half wrong, and there's some predictions you made that I'm like, yeah, that's pretty close to what we're doing, pretty dead on, and then the other half is like wildly off. That I'm very surprised at the ways in which it kind of diverts.
Just the fucking flamethrowers.
I
and
think
just
you
like,
will enjoy book 2 when that comes out.
oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
And I imagine that it will dive a bit more into some of the aspects that are more, less carnage and more, Silent Hill carnage. The kind that's, like, hurting your soul.
It gets pretty nuts.
I mean, it's
The first book read a little bit
all I'll say
like
is
Doom in
it's-
some
it's-
parts.
Yeah. I can see it.
Specifically for our favorite Brutosaur. Or not Brutosaur. What is Thalsos?
Yeah, you can. Stegosaur.
Stegosaur. I knew he was a Saur. One of those
You can
thunders.
definitely see. You can tell that we have certain influences in the book pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, what I like, and what I've started to say, kind of in regards to that influences, is I saw an interview with Hideo Kojima, and he was talking about how somebody asked him what video games he plays, while he's working on developing a game, and his answer was that he doesn't really play any other game. He reads books and watches movies and engages and listens to music and engages with like every other art form, because he doesn't want to take things from video games and put them into his games. He wants to take things from art forms outside of video games and then bring those into video games. So I think me and Ulysses are kind of doing a similar thing where we're not really inspired by a ton of other like literature and a lot of like other books, although some there is still that in there. Game of Thrones for sure influenced our writing, and I'd say like Asimov and Clark both to some degree. Yeah, but we also are very inspired by other forms of media and like art in other things. Where I think we're bringing things into the book form that you maybe don't see in like the average novel that you'd pick up.
Yeah, not even a little bit.
It was a sight to behold, brother.
And then it helps that we have so many different influences that rather than make them like stand out as obviously as possible, we blend them together in such a weird way.
Oh yeah, there's certain things like
rewriting and thinking about how to do that.
There's a character that I know that after the fact you would mention Danny McBride as being one of the primary inspirations for him, but that was 100% what I was kind of like the kind of asshole Danny McBride plays is definitely the kind that I was like resonating with that character. Just that like absolute just like chaotic self-preservation, constantly changing sides to whatever fucking I loved it.
Well, and you know what's funny too is we're starting to write the books two of the main TV shows on that we were watching was Spartacus and Eastbound and Down.
And boy, can you tell.
Two great fucking shows to have drawn inspiration from.
That's not what I saw.
And
That's
they
part of
couldn't
what
be
had
more
us
different
talking
from
about
each other.
Rome so much.
Well, the
We just thought
fucking...
it'd be cool. Like, oh, well, what if we gave the dinosaurs a Rome theme?
And it works remarkably well, because it's like one of them is just like a Roman democracy. Or not necessarily a democracy, but like the other one
Republic, for sure.
is a
They're at
full-on
the-
monarchy.
What is it?
Well, the one is, and I don't think this is a spoiler for the because it's like right in the first chapter. But the
Oh, yeah.
one side is at the triumvirate point,
Morius Luz,
fall of a
Norzik's
republic.
apprentice. He is currently missing. His
Yep.
last known location was a Mechanicus facility on Avarax, one that is now overrun.
Holy
Look at
shit,
where
we
the
getting
other
a
side-
Scottish
Thanks.
Space Marine?
This will get you into the cogitator within the
We are.
Yes, we do have a Scottish.
Fuck
He's
yeah.
like the captain.
There's every kind of space marine. I will say that Warhammer, when it was first made, it was kind of built around the idea that you can make literally any space marines you want. You can paint them in whatever colors you want, and they can be yours. You can write the lore on them, and they would fit within the world. So that means that there is every kind of person as a space marine. You want Mongol space marines? Yeah, they exist. You want African space marines? Yeah, they exist. You want Scottish ones? He's right there.
Hey, afternoon, Tune. Welcome back. How you doing? What you
Welcome
up to
back.
this evening? What's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah.
The journey to Avarax will take time.
I'm surprised. I didn't know he
Just
left.
saw a movie.
Agnostic.
What movie did you see?
Megas Gallio will be in the armory.
Yeah, that's why I always laugh at the people who are like, "Oh, Warhammer is only supposed to have white people in it," because that is a undercurrent of the gaming community.
Because of course it is.
Because,
Because
Oh,
of
thank you
course
for
it
the
is.
20
Like-
biddies there.
but
Bury
it's just
the
something
dead.
that was never true. Bury the dead.
Actually, that's the movie after Tune saw starring is that Daisy Ridley in it? I haven't even
What's it about?
heard of it.
Is it just like an Undertaker training instruction and seminar?
Name in a mission report, most of which was redacted.
That'd be good.
Prefer to stay on Kadaku and hunt down the heretics.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
crazy. I mean,
Yeah, that was the, Zombie
Survivor
survivor thriller, I think.
Is already dead.
Whatever
Oh,
the
okay.
high priests are working on is
Cool.
still here in this
Any
system.
interest,
I
Ulysses?
suspect the greatest battle is yet to come.
What kind of interest are you assuming?
I think you know what it's just.
I was going to ask if there are any spiders in the movie for Sage, because he won't see it otherwise. That's why he doesn't go to as many movies as he used to, because he was telling me one day, he was like, they don't put any spiders as leading ladies in it.
Oh God.
A mere side effect of the surgery. I am fully recovered.
I remember how like offended you were when Avengers came out. You were like, "That's clear. Black Widow only has 4 limbs."
Yes, brother.
You told me that was cultural. You told me that was cultural appropriation.
Any weakness could grow into
Oh,
a
did I?
cancer of the soul. Bind
The
yourself
arch
to the
enemy.
pages of the Codex, and it will shield you from the glare of heresy.
That skull has candles on
My
it.
faith is
Let's see,
without
this is a
compromise.
little
I
mini.
will not waver.
Oh yeah, it does.
Oh, see, that
That's
sounds
little
like a good intro.
synopsis. After a failed military experiment killing the entire population of Tasmania, Daisy Ridley goes as a part of a body retrieval unit to find her husband. Stranger Things is a spider in season 5. Well, that's good for them. I'm not watching it.
Oh shit!
Good.
We got it. We got to have you watch it now.
No, not watching it.
What if your love of spider ladies could save the world?
I don't give a shit.
All you have to do is sit down in a room full of people and talk about how much you like spider ladies, and everybody would be saved. You'd be a hero.
Nope. Nah, that's not
Brother,
happening.
we
Yeah.
cannot afford another episode like
Ain't
that.
ever happening.
Apothecaries may not have time for a thorough diagnostic, but they've given me their sanction to do so. Now settle in. This will take time.
Oh, cool. They're just gonna run a little diagnostic on me because I'm
Yeah,
a
you
little
played
robot guy.
Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Yeah, a fair
See.
bit of it. Yeah.
Is it true
Tim's
that you
been a
can
straight
beat
up
the bad
DM.
guys? Yeah, is it true that you can beat the bad guys by coming out?
You know, it depends on what comes out.
Fucking stranger.
Metrics are below peak, but well within the tolerances for combat.
Now that's a Danny McBride line right there.
Explanation for the symptoms you experienced.
Then I have duties to
Have you ever seen kid actors who you thought were good kid actors or bad adult actors?
Research?
I don't know if she's
Um,
necessarily like a bad as an adult actor, but oh god, what's her name? Who was in Kick-Ass as the young girl. I thought she was great in that, and then I don't know if it's because she's not good or but
Time to go.
I feel like her something's not going right because I feel like her pretty much since that movie has never been that great. Like maybe one or two other things here and there, but I feel like she kind of fell off the map. 28, yeah. She's not even that much younger than I am. It's crazy. Yeah, I think that's a good one. I don't know. Do you guys have an answer for that one? Like a kid actor that you thought was a good kid actor, but I'll throw one more at you. Fucking what's his name? The fucking weirdo now, but he was great in like Goonies. Corey Feldman, great in like the Goonies and the Lost Boys and all these '80s movies, and then like.
This is not my Volta.
Yeah, as an adult, he's like super weird and kind of cringy and hard to take seriously.
That weapon is attuned.
But yeah, sorry. Do you guys
Sophie
have
Turner.
any?
The
Was
chick
she ever
from
good?
Game of
That was
Thrones,
the
who was
question.
later. I thought she did a decent job as like Sansa. Not that that was a role that asked a lot of her, but like she was terrible.
You know,
in
she's
it.
supposed to be the next actress playing Tomb Raider in like a Tomb Raider show they're making on Amazon.
Really?
Why?
I don't know. It
Well,
doesn't sound
sure.
good.
Why not? They can have
Like
a
Hollywood messed him up.
crossover show
Yeah.
of Tomb Raider and Uncharted.
She has been putting on some muscle. I mean, muscle is. I mean, yeah, sure, that's good, but I think Lara Croft just needs an air of competence that I don't know. I don't know. I like competence in like a very tough, sort of believably tough way. I don't know. She's a muscle mommy now. I'll have to see what she looks like, bulked up, because I have a hard time seeing her play that character or imagining.
At least it's not Amelia Clark.
I have a very hard time imagining it. That's true. I don't think she can act for shit, if I'm being honest, or at least in like
she's
in everything
terrible.
but Game of Thrones.
They were trying to push her
Like,
so
she was
hard
good in
and
Game of
all kinds
Thrones.
shit, and but that's only because it was a very specific role that she seemed typecast for.
Yeah, she was perfectly cast as that one character, and I don't think she's been good in anything else.
Yeah, they
let me
wanted her to
see.
be like leading
Watch
lady.
the chapter 1. Oh yeah, no, that is good. I think you would have made a good motherfucker in Kick-Ass. Like the character, the Christopher Mintz-Plasse character. In the Discord chat, I'll go look. I mean, she's bulked up some. That's good, like for sure. But I still just don't know if I like can look at her and be like, oh, she's like a tough badass, because like without needing to be muscular, she played, and the script was not helping. So I'm giving her some grace there. But her as Jean Grey is like a character that like you could be not muscular and then still come across as like intimidating because of her power. And again, I'd script it being probably primarily what's at fault in that case, but still, I just don't know if I I feel like she can really like embody this like character that I feel like is like kind of in the majority of situations like very on top of shit and really competent, like hyper competent the whole time. Like if you put like Indiana Jones, Nathan Drake, and Lara Croft like in like one thing, and like they had to fight over like a treasure or something, Lara Croft would kill both of them very like easily. Like it would,
Oh,
like
yeah.
I feel like it would barely be a fight. And I like a character like that. Or you two doing?
Oh,
Just going back and forth.
Going back and forth just because
Hands off,
we're running against the sacred time of 1 o'clock, and might not have enough mission or time for the
shit.
Battle
Wow,
Brothers
yeah, that
to
went by
execute
fast.
another mission on Order of the Glorious Emperor.
Yeah, that's
No.
fair.
Praise be his name.
No, I didn't even realize. Let me see if there's anyone that I can raid here.
Praise the machine spirit.
Well, we will head out for today.
Not.
I'm not seeing anybody.
Ooh, we got
I'll
some.
give it a moment. Yeah, no, afternoon tune. Please throw a suggestion in there, and I'll out to whoever that is. But yeah, hell yeah. Well, I'm glad we finally got to do one of these Space Marine 2 streams. Tim, thoughts on the game after one stream?
I'm loving the gameplay, specifically with how varied the combat is and how stellar the voice acting is. They really put a lot of attention to detail in the environmental design for each level, so that I'm really fucking enjoying. I honestly can't wait to see what else they throw at me, especially because it's going to be really fucking fun to see more of this fucked up world unfold in front of me.
Yeah, you get a
I
whole
assume
other
you did
faction
not
soon.
mean to start the cutscene.
Oh, no.
It
It
started
does a little
automatically.
countdown when you have 2 out of
It's
3.
fine. It's not a big deal.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it'll.
It's fine. We'll just pick
Because-
up wherever the mission starts.
Yeah, no, totally.
Gaze down at the
Yeah, I'm
layman
glad you
as you
liking it.
might ants.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you're enjoying it, man. And thank you again for the compliments on the book. Yeah, we're just happy that you enjoyed it.
Oh, how could I
That's what
fucking not?
matters.
I can't wait to see what more and more feedback comes in as more and more people finish it, because it's one fuck of a read, and in the best way that can be.
We've had some good reviews.
Yeah, we have had a few very good reviews. And before we head out, for anybody again watching this later, you can totally go buy our book, A Red Age, on Amazon.
Yep.
Digitally, physically.
The physical
about
copy will look
516
something like
pages.
this.
It's got everything.
Oh,
there you go.
You got your book blurb on the back, expertly written by Sage and Ulysses. They really fucking nailed the shit out of this. So go give it a read. Or else. See if we can threaten anybody in who won't willingly buy it.
That's it's funny because there's a character not in these books but in a different thing that is inspired by someone threatening to like make people buy books. So
Yeah, it was an old Fantastic Four cartoon, which actually wasn't good, but it was old.
it was old.
It was
But,
old.
We'll raid out. Thank you for hanging out, Afternoon Tune. No Name, appreciate you. Send this raid over, and yeah, have a good weekend. And we should be back on Tuesday with more of Doom: The Dark Ages.
Hell yeah.
All right, there you go. Raid is through. You can